I think we are live.
I think so.
Yes. Okay, let me just get situated here. Hey, everybody, TGIF. Thank you for tuning in to Jen and our Q&A session tonight. We're so happy that you're able to watch and just hear a little bit about, I'm going to grill Jen on some questions. Just kidding. But I want to see really quick. Sorry, you guys, I'm going to do one thing really quick. I just want to make sure. There we go. We want gallery view. There we go. I just want to make sure that you can see both of us at the same time. So hopefully that works out. Okay. So anyway, so this is about Jen, but I thought before we get started, really quick, I'm just going to tell my story just because there's some people out there that are Jen's friends that may not know my story, and like all of our stories are kind of different. And so I just thought that I would introduce myself really quick, and then I'm going to be just doing some questions with Jen, and we're going to learn some really great things about her. I'm super excited. So thank you, Jen, for doing this for me.
Thank you for inviting me. Yeah, I'm super excited. I was like, oh, I'm so honored.
I know. You're like, do you feel like you're on like a television show, right? Like
kind of, yeah. Like Dateline, like interview process, like, okay.
Anyway, so for those of you that don't know me, my name is Noel Estrada, and I'm an independent consultant, and I'm a regional vice president with Arbonne International. Arbonne is a health and wellness company. I live in Los Alamitos with my husband, Mark. We've been married for 22 years. He's an LA City firefighter. If you guys just saw the helicopter that crashed on the top of the Keck USC medical building, that's where he works. He was probably up on that building. Anyway, we have two boys. Charlie's 18 and Jack is 14. And my background is actually education. I went to college to be an elementary school teacher, but most recently I was actually the director at a preschool in Los Alamitos near to our house. I was actually introduced to Arbonne the summer of 2017 by my friend Tracy Schutz. Our husbands actually worked together. We were camping with some fire families, and everybody there was like drinking protein shakes, and their cocktails were like vodka fizz. And I was like, what the heck is vodka fizz? Like, I know what vodka is, obviously, but I was like, I'm confused. Anyway, at the time, I didn't ask any questions. In all honesty, like I didn't want to be sold to. But the end of that summer, and you guys might relate out there in Facebook land, but at the end of summer when you're just feeling like bloated and like too many barbecues, too many vacations and all that. And so I called my friend Tracy and I was like, hey, that Arbonne thing, don't you guys have like a diet or something like that? And she's like, well, it's not a diet. And I'm like, whatever, as long as I lose weight, that's all I care about. And I jumped on the 30 Days to Healthier Living program. And I'm going to tell you right now, I never in my life felt better. Never. And I have done all the diets. You name it, I've done it. And it was a game changer for me for sure. And the really cool thing is that a lot of the teachers at my school and my friends, they saw the change in me, like my mood, my energy level, my body, my skin, my hair. And they were like, okay, you need to give me some of that. And so they jumped on too. So my business kind of evolved in that way. And little did I know that I wasn't expecting it. I was a busy mom. I had two boys. I was the director of a preschool. But I will tell you one thing is that, being the director of the preschool, it was very rewarding, but I kind of felt like I was missing something and I didn't know what that was. I felt like I was meant for more. And I just couldn't put my finger on it. Sometimes I thought, well, maybe I'll go back to school and I'll be a professor of early childhood education. And in all honesty, I didn't really want to go back to school, to be honest with you, but I just kind of was like longing for something more. And little did I know that it was going to come in the form of Arbonne. I loved being an educator. I loved being the director at the school. But I will tell you that my Arbonne business gives me more flexibility. That combination of health and wellness and education, it's like it all came together. And it has changed my life. My husband doesn't have to work overtime anymore. I was able to leave the preschool. That was a tough decision, but my Arbonne business was just giving me a little bit more of a fulfilling life, because I was able to dedicate more to my family. And I was able to work my job around my life and not the other way around. And so it was a hard decision, but one that I'm so glad that I took that leap of faith. And now 3 years later, like, my life, it was a total game changer. So anyway, so as you can imagine, my goal, of course, and Jen's goal too, is to help other people maybe be able to change their lives in ways that they maybe feel like they need, or sometimes people don't even know that they need a change. And Jen will probably talk about that too. So, okay, enough about me, because this is not Q&A of Noel. This is Q&A of Jen Feerer. And so I'm super excited. So Jen, let's start with, tell us a bit just about yourself, like what you do for a living, you know, family, like whatever you want to share.
Yeah. Well, first, I love your story. Every time I hear it, there's like a different little detail. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. So it's always really inspiring to hear your story. And it definitely is one that encouraged me to do what I'm doing now. So my name is Jennifer Feerer, and I am a 38 single woman living in LA. So a lot of people can probably relate to that. It is a tough world out there, but it's a fun world. So I am a big city girl. I've always loved to be in the city. And I've just always had an image of, you know, just kind of this lifestyle that I wanted to live. And like Noel discussed, a lifestyle of a lot of flexibility and just kind of the freedom to make my own choices and live life by my design. So I was introduced to Arbonne through Facebook, actually. So if you're listening to this, tune in and definitely have your ears open, because I came across a Facebook post that introduced me to the 30 Days of Healthy Living, and that is my kind of like gateway drug to Arbonne. But prior to that, I was working full-time, still work full-time. I'm an interior designer on the side, and I had a really, really busy lifestyle. And I just like wasn't feeling well. I wasn't feeling my best self. This had been going on for probably about 2 to 3 years, going to see doctors, getting tested. I literally thought I had an autoimmune disease. I was like, something is really wrong. Like, I have chronic fatigue, brain fog, a lot of digestive issues, and I couldn't understand what was wrong. And it was just really frustrating, because I was getting these tests and they were coming back, and it was just like, everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everyone kept telling me everything is fine. At that point, I was actually given prescription drugs for antidepressants, and I was like told that this was going to be the kind of cure all. It was going to stop the neurological wiring between what I was feeling body-wise, physically, to what like could help me mentally. And it was just nonsense. I took them for like a week. I felt completely out of my mind. It was definitely not the cure for anything. And that is when I came across the post from a past coworker. And I was a little hesitant, but I trusted her because I knew her. So I felt like, you know what do I have to lose? Let me give this a shot and just see if it works for me. And like Noel mentioned, it was like week 2, and I started to become a completely different person. It almost scared me a little bit, because my whole way of thinking changed. I felt so good that I like didn't want to stop. I wanted more. I started to dream again. I had made vision boards and started kind of like journaling, and I didn't watch TV, and I was reading personal growth books, and I was like walking down the aisles of Barnes and Noble, and I'm like, I don't even go to bookstores. Like, what is happening? But it was finally the one moment in my life that I got my life back. I fully felt like I could take on the world again. And I had not had that feeling in so long. I thought that this was what it was, a 9 to 5 at a desk. I get my paycheck every week. I pay my bills, and I keep grinding and I keep going. And now this image of, and not even an image, this is a dream that is coming to really, reality very quickly for me, that I am building an interior design business, that I'm going to step away from my corporate job. And I just never, you guys, in a million years thought like this was my way of making my dreams come true, and helping others along the way. That was definitely one of my ultimate goals always was, even with my interior design business, I was like, I want to have enough money to give back, or I want to, I don't know, do free interior design for people. And I was like, but that doesn't make sense. Like, is that even going to be fulfilling? And now with my Arbonne business, I'm able to help so many people, and it's just the most fulfilling thing that I've ever done. It's like definitely a second passion for me now.
That is, I love, oh my gosh. I love, okay, so you answered all my questions. So good night, everybody.
And done.
I love it. I love it. But I think that's what happens with us, is because we're so passionate about what has happened to us, and then how we've been able to help other people, that you can't help it, but just like, you want to tell everybody like everything. So when you first heard of Arbonne, it was a friend. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. It was a friend, a coworker, and you saw it on Facebook. And I remember at one point you said that when you saw that she was doing this 30-day thing, you were just kind of like, whatever, I'll try it. Like, you were just like, okay, I'll try it and we'll see what happens. But then you were like seriously pleasantly surprised as to like how good you felt. And I remember one time you told me that you were shocked that you don't have to like take pills, and like, I guess certain diets, I don't know, like you have to time like taking pills and all this stuff, and that it was nothing like that.
No. So that was one thing that I was really sold on. And I remember going through kind of the details of the 30-day with her. And yeah, I was very hesitant. I thought, like, this is a full scam. Like, I am going to call my credit card company. I'm going to report Arbonne. They are going to start charging me for things that I did not even order. And I was ready.
Because you thought there's probably auto ship. Right?
Yeah. Or just like, I just thought that, or like a subscription type thing, that it was going to be like these monthly fees that were going to pop up in my bank account. And I was just like, so ready for it to like not be real. I was going to find every reason for it to almost like not work. That 30-day kit showed up at my house, and I still remember like opening it, and I was like, I don't know what to do with this, but I'm going to figure it out. But something told me, like, you know what, if you're going to do it and you spent the money, like, do it. Like, what's the harm in not just going hard for 30 days and committing to something that could ultimately change your health and change your life? So I did. I fully committed. I think I had like one vodka soda, but I was in. I was like fully in. I cut gluten out. I did the whole thing, cut dairy out, cut coffee out. I have not even gone back to coffee, you guys. Like, I stopped drinking coffee. That 31 days hit. I was like, I don't need coffee. Energy Fizz is all I need. So I was definitely ready for it to be a full scam and super hesitant. And I was proven completely wrong.
And by day, so like day 31, like literally, how did you feel? And I don't like to base it so much on like pounds and all of that, because we really are all about like healing your gut and getting healthy from the inside out. And so the weight kind of takes care of itself. But like day 31, like, how did you feel overall?
A whole new person. I mean, literally a completely different person. I didn't go into it for any sort of like weight management or anything like that. That was not even going through my head. My clothes started to feel like they fit better. And all of a sudden I was like, wait, hold on, something's happening here. I really did go into it because of my digestive issues and just that side of it. I needed a way to remove the toxins. And that was the key thing that intrigued me. I remember reading that it was, the detoxifying of the cells. And I was like, hold on, this is a game changer. This is not a diet program. I've done them. This is not 30 minutes before you eat, take this pill, and 5 minutes after, take this pill, and 30, and I'm setting alarm clocks. And don't get me wrong, I've done the programs. If you commit, they can work. I have never gone back to an old lifestyle. Day 31 hit, and I continued on. I still to this day drink a protein shake, if not two, every single day. I use basically every product in the 30-day daily. I'm a normal human being, don't get me wrong. I ate cake the other night, it was gluten-free and vegan, but I ate cake. But that was because the 30-day did help me to identify those food allergies that my doctor had never discussed with me. So as soon as that day 31 hit, I realized it was the gluten that was causing a lot of digestive issues for me. It was definitely the dairy I had already cut out, but like fully committing to cutting dairy out the brain fog, the bloating, those types of things, where I before was typing an email and I'm like, how come I can't connect the dots? Something's off. And that's what made me feel like I had an autoimmune disease. I have no neurological issues, you guys. I'm totally fine. But yeah, I felt like a completely different person. And it's just never gone back.
It's so funny because there's so many people that they feel a certain way. And sometimes they feel like, well, this is just normal. They might think like, well, I'm aging. And so this is just the way I'm going to feel. And I'll tell you that, especially for me, almost being 50 years old, and when you get to my age, it's really hard to sleep sometimes. But I tell you that the 30-day program, like, it's unbelievable when you remove the toxins and the garbage, essentially, how well you sleep. So I think sometimes we blame it on age or, whatever, like, this is just normal. This is the way that I'm supposed to feel. Well, it's really interesting when you remove all that stuff, like you were saying, and you get your body back to basics to see what it is that's triggering these different, symptoms that you're having. So yeah, it's unbelievable. Okay. So I only know this because I remember when I did a Zoom call with you, like two years ago now,
almost a year ago in March.
Okay. So like a year and a half ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you did sign up to be a consultant, but you signed up just basically for the discounts. And then you did not do the business. You were buying the products. I remember I would see you, like I would see on my reports, and I was like, oh, this girl, she's buying the products. She's a consultant. So can you tell the story of like what, why you became a consultant initially, and then like the process of you like starting your business and how that all turned out?
Yeah. So thank you for pointing out that I was an idiot and I was running from my own fears. But that's truly what it was, you guys. I signed up as a consultant because there is a deeper discount when you buy the 30 days. So I'm like, you know what, why not get the, 50% off the kit? Because in my mind, I was like, after the 30 days, I'm not really going to ever use Arbonne again. I'm just going to finish what I'm doing. And then it is what it is. And total misperception of everything. But I figured at the end of the day, they weren't going to come after me, supposedly, right, for all this money every month and all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, consultant sounds like a better deal. So for 8 months after finishing the 30-day, I ran. I received text messages and emails from Noel, and they were so sweet and they were so encouraging. And I remember reading them over and over and over again. And I was just like, no, there's no way. There's no way this is real. There's no way that people like can actually make an income from this. I don't do sales. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not an influencer by any means. I don't even post on social media. I have like maybe 400 friends, which is like nothing in social media world. And I was making, again, every excuse in the book. I'm an interior designer. I work full time. My plate's full. There's no way I would have time to do this. And I ran and I ran and I ran and I ran. And
let me just interject. That. The reason I was texting her, for everybody that's listening, the reason I was messaging her was because I was watching, she didn't do a lot of posting, but when she would post things, I was seeing this transformation happen with her, not only physically, but mentally. And like the things that she was posting were so positive and inspirational. And so I was messaging her and I'm like, you could be helping people change their life. Like this is incredible what's happening to you. And you've got this gift that you need to share with other people. And very rarely did she even text me back. And so for those of you out there that maybe I've messaged a couple times, listen to Noel and know that it comes from a good place. That's what I want people to always understand, is that it comes from a place of caring and love and wanting to help support more people. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. So you got to the place.
Oh, no. Yeah, and no, for sure. And every message, I remember it was always so inspirational. And it was always you telling me that you saw something in me that maybe I didn't see in myself. And I think that was the most important message, is that a lot of us live in this fear that we are not capable, or Or some people have the opposite fear, that they're so capable, like this would blow up so big that they wouldn't be able to manage it. And that was never the case. It's never been the case since day one. Since the day that I pulled the trigger and gave it a go, I've never felt like this is overwhelming in my life in any way. It is the most fun thing that I do. I love waking up and like having the creativity of, you know, oh my gosh, like what am I going to, you know, post today, or who's reaching out to me, and responding to text messages and getting those text messages of people that are like, thank you, Jennifer, so much. Like this literally has saved my life. I didn't get those from my corporate job, and I haven't got them even from my interior design business yet.
I know. Let me interject really quick. So what was the turning point? Like that you were like, okay, I think I'm going to give this business a shot.
So I was doing an interior design job after work. So I would go straight from my corporate job to whatever client I was doing. And a lot of times, you guys, I was working until like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and going right back to my corporate job, waking up at 6 a.m. the next morning. I was burnt out, completely exhausted. And I was at a design job with the person, my design partner, and we were discussing Arbonne. And it came up because she had seen this transformation in me as well. And she had seen just this like positive light that all of a sudden, you know, everything for me was like positive. But it was like, oh, the vibes, energy, whatever, you know. And she's like, who are you? So she noticed it as well. And I said to her, this lady from Arbonne keeps reaching out to me, and you know, she's telling me that I should work a business and I should help other people. And she turned to me, and I'll never forget, we were in a parking structure. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And she was like, when you get home, you better call that Arbonne lady back, because I know people that work this business and they are extremely successful. And I was like, oh, shoot, you know, like, and I mean, she's a mentor to me. So it really hit home. I was like, I need to go home and I need to email Noel back. And I did. I got home and I emailed you like immediately. I think it was even like really late at night. It was like, whatever, she'll get it in the morning kind of thing. And it was that next day that we talked on Zoom, and I was like, let's go.
And
what do I do?
hit the ground running, which was so, oh my God, that was so fun. So what has the business done for you? I know you've kind of touched on this, but so far up to this point, so you're an area manager, which is the second level of there's only 4 management levels in Arbonne, which is so cool. And so Jen is already at the second level. So what has this business done for you so far, you know, in all aspects?
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest things is it's allowed me to dream again. It's allowed me a position to be able to even have the image of having a full interior design business, or walking away from my corporate job and being able to focus my energy on my passion. I again, never thought, I didn't know how I was going to make that happen. I knew maybe one day it would, but I was, you know, I'm glued to a desk for 8 hours a day. I didn't know how I was going to pursue this passion of mine. So definitely has allowed me to grow on my talent, which is incredible. The other thing that is just so special to me is it's reconnected me with tons of people in my life. People from high school, my friends, my family, they're getting healthy. I have cousins, uncles, my sister, my mom is a consultant on my team, and my family is coming together. And that is really, really special to me. And I never knew a way for that to happen necessarily. Not that we have like crazy, you know, family drama, nothing like that, but to watch your family all come together and have one common interest, and everybody have now this, you know, vision of getting healthy and being their best selves, means everything to me. Besides a business, it doesn't matter. None of that matters. That would be the 2 things that Arbonne has definitely like opened up doors for me.
That's so awesome. And it's
that's
so
when I'm like, I can't cry on this. Yeah.
I know. It is so true. And it's so funny because I remember somebody said to me when I was starting my Arbonne business, they're like, wait until like all the friends you're going to meet. And people that know me, they know that I have a lot of friends. I have various circles of friends, my high school friends and my college friends and whatever. And I was like, I don't need any more friends, but oh my gosh, like I would have never met Jen, and Jen and I talk every day now. but I would have never
Yeah.
met Jen. There's so many people in my life because of Arbonne, and they're so special to me, you know, in addition to my friends that I've had forever. And so the
Yeah.
sense of community, and really we're a community of people that just want to help people feel better, and help people like Jen, like dream more, like dream bigger. And wow, you know what? I don't have to settle.
Yep.
I can do more, and I can be more. And like Jen said, because she wants to be able to give more, she wants to be able to give back. So looking, let's say, I don't know, 3 to 5 years in the future, what is your, if all goes as planned, what does your future look like?
It's funny because I actually love to answer this question now, where if you asked me that a year and a half ago, I'd be like, don't ask me about 5 years from now. Oh my gosh, 3 to 5 years. Even let's talk a year from now. I will be an MVP with Arbonne. I will have a flourishing team. I will not be working a full-time corporate job. I will absolutely be on my own schedule with my interior design business. If not doing just short-term rental property setup, I will be staging for real estate agents and doing private clients. My biggest dream, I mean, imagine having like a whole entire line at like Target, or, you know, and I mean, that would be amazing, but that will be my life. My life will be that. I could see myself, which is crazy in LA, as a single woman, I could see myself owning a home in the next few years, which most people they can't even think of a way to make that happen. Yeah, I mean, oh my
That's so
gosh,
great.
it's
That's so
crazy.
great.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that we always say to people is, you know, when they're looking at Arbonne, we always say, you know, what is, you know, if you look 5 years into the future, do you like what you see? And like, if you keep doing exactly what you're doing right now, what does your life look like in 5 years? And if you're not thrilled, or like a lot, like I was like, oh, we're good. Like we were good, but we always say good is the enemy of great. Like you don't have to settle for just good. It can be great, you know? So, and it's crazy. And I think too, right? Just feeling good and feeling healthy, it just helps with everything as well. Just the positivity and all of that.
For sure. Because I mean, that was what was holding me back a lot, is my health. I just didn't feel good. And I was in my head thinking, how could I possibly manage an entire interior design business? Or how could I can't even wake up without hitting snooze 15 times. Now, you guys, I wake up before my alarm clock every single morning. I only set it because I'm like, well, I know I have an 8 a.m. call. Let me not mess up. And 6:30 on the dot, I'm like, hey, like, what's up? Let's go. Yeah. And I'm, have my full morning before my first call even happens. Yeah. So before I couldn't even think of wanting to grow that sort of business, because I didn't think I had the energy to keep up with it. And then I was thinking, well, I'm just going to get older and I'm definitely not going to have the energy. And now I'm like ready to take on the world. I'm like, bring it on every day.
Seriously. And you know what's so great is, like, even right now on Instagram, and if you guys don't follow Jen on Instagram, her Instagram is Jennifer _, right? Jennifer _ and then her last name Feerer, Feerer. So follow her on Instagram and on Facebook. But she's doing a challenge, right? Like we do. That's the other cool thing about like our Arbonne community, is that because we're really wanting to be healthy, and like Jen said, we're not perfect. We drink some vodka fizz. We have some cake every now and again. We do. But we want to live a pretty healthy life if we can, and so she's doing the challenge, right? Where you've got a whole group of people that are challenged to work out at minimum of 4 days a week, right?
Yeah. So I just started, like, one of my friends, we were like, let's try to, motivate each other. Like, what could we do? And I had done the squat challenge, 100 squats a day for 30 days. And people started DMing me, what's the next challenge? And I'm like, oh, shoot, I have to come up with another challenge. And so I was like, okay, thinking like, what could it be? And I'm like, 4 workouts a week. It's totally doable. 4 workouts a week for 30 minutes, and you have to sweat. That is the goal. And all of a sudden people started hopping on. And so now I have a group chat with like 6 girls. It's amazing. And every day they post like a photo of themselves after their workout, drenched in sweat. We all look crazy or whatever. And they're like, first one done, second one done, third one done. And this has been going on now way more than a month. And every day we're like, go girl, like get it, you know, and it's just so
So
cool
awesome.
to be able to, inspire people. And I think this is, has nothing to do with Arbonne. Every single one of them do use my Arbonne products that I was like, girl, you should probably hop on. It's definitely going to be a game changer. But outside of Arbonne, this is something that has always been a dream of mine, is to be able to have a platform that I can inspire men and women to just better themselves. There's no reason you should wake up and not feel your best self. It's just
100%.
crazy that, yeah.
Okay, so 2 more questions. I think these are the most important. So if someone out there is hesitant to try the Arbonne products or to try the 30-day program, what would you say to them?
There's literally no risk, but don't be hesitant. I've done all things, and this has been life-changing. There is a 45-day money-back guarantee, you guys. There's absolutely no risk. That's how much Arbonne backs their products, is after 45 days, even if you got to day 40 and you were like, this is not for me, and the whole bag of protein's pretty much gone, and you don't want it, even though that's never going to happen because protein's amazing, but you can send it back and they'll give you your money back. So if anyone has been hesitant of that or the commitment to the 30-day, you guys think that you have commitment issues, and I talked about this on a live a couple weeks ago. You don't have commitment issues. We commit every single day to a job that some of us don't like, right? We commit to eating fast food every day for some of us. We commit to drinking every day for some of us. We commit to whatever it is, watching TV for 4 hours a night for some of us. You don't have commitment issues. That's not the problem. You need to change a habit. So in order to change the habit, you have to commit to a 30-day program, period. It takes 21 days to create that habit. So at 30, you're flying, you're good. Don't hesitate. Jump.
What if they say,
guys.
One of the common hesitations that people have is the price of the 30-day. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, that was even mine a little bit in the beginning. I'll be honest, it hits you with that lump sum and you're like, whoa, hold on, wait a minute. What am I, getting myself into? And again, then that commitment switch clicks on and you're like, if I don't commit to this, I'm wasting my money. So if you break it down, it is less than $9 a day. It is a lump sum, but we're talking about a 30-day supply of every single thing that you need. The only thing that you are worried about every single day of your life in 30 days is one meal and healthy snacks. My grocery bills were decreased drastically. I want to be on the 30-day all the time because I save so much money. And I was like, this is a lifestyle because I don't have to buy groceries. And you're spending more money right now. I promise you, you're spending more money a day on coffee. One of my friends, she did 30 days. She was telling me, she's like, Jen, I used to spend more than $10 a day at Starbucks on coffee. You're spending more on one coffee than you are on an entire 30 days worth of something that could completely change your life. So money should not be an issue. Don't think about the money. If it has to go on a credit card, it has to go on a credit card. Your health is absolutely most important. I never, ever looked back and was like, dang, I kind of regret that I spent that. Never, ever, ever, ever.
Well,
I'll
yeah,
spend it
because
today. I'll buy another 30-day kit today.
I know. Well, and we're spending it anyway. That's what I try to tell people. I'm like, you're spending the money anyway. You're just spending it on cheeseburgers or Starbucks or wine or whatever. You're spending way more than this program will ever cost you. It's about switching your priorities is really what it is. So yeah, you're 100% right. Okay, last question. If someone is hesitant or considering the business side of Arbonne, what would you say to them?
Don't be an idiot like me. Do not run. I ran, and I regret that because I would have been able to help so many more people already if I would have been doing this for a longer period of time. And every idea that I had, negative idea, it was all negative self-talk that I had in my head that it was going to be way too overwhelming. I didn't have the time. what people were going to think. I'm like, they're going to think I'm like the Arbonne, the crazy Arbonne lady, or I'm going to have to like go door to door and be like the Avon lady. You guys, never, ever, ever have I knocked on someone's door or cold call somebody, nothing. I live a lifestyle and people see it and they want to be a part of it, and that's it. So if you're hesitant about the time, I still work a corporate job. I'm still an interior designer on the side, and I run my Arbonne business. I focus on my Arbonne business maybe 5 to 10 hours a week, if that. And it's in pockets of my day when I choose. It's never anyone, and Noel never tells me, hey, it's work time. You should get online right now and do A, B, C, and D for the next 2 hours. I have no boss. I do whatever I want, whenever I want. So don't question it. If there's fear, jump in. That's where you have growth. If you're scared of something, that's where you should be going. You should be diving into that dark tunnel that you don't know what's on the other side. And I promise you guys, it's not scary. There's nothing scary over there. It has been the biggest freaking blessing I've ever decided to jump into. I'm so grateful to you every single day that you did not give up on me, that you did not take me ghosting you as a no. It wasn't a no. It was not right now, not this time. And it was also me not educating myself on what it really was going to be. And once I got educated on what Arbonne was, what they stand by, the community, I was like, I'm in, like no turning back.
I know, it's so crazy. Like you almost made me cry right now.
No.
But it is so cool for those people that are really concerned, which everybody is, about the planet, that we're a certified B Corp, which is a really, really hard certification to get. We are one of the top 25 biggest corporations that's a B Corp in the United States, which is amazing. And I think the other thing that I think is super cool is network marketing is in the top 10 industries. It's a $1.4 trillion industry, and health and wellness is in the top 5 industries. It's a $4.2 trillion industry, and Arbonne is in both of those. So talk about being a part of a company that's in the right place at the right time. That's pretty cool. And probably the best part about our business, Jen, besides the community and helping people, I think, is that we don't have to stock or deliver any products. Like everything is online. I always tell people, if you have a cell phone and Wi-Fi, you have yourself a business. The products that I have here at my house are mine. The products that Jen has at her house are hers. We don't buy protein and then have to sell it out of our closet. That's not how it works. Everything is online.
No.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm like, I need more protein because I ate it all. It's like always, it's me, and I'm restocking myself. And I just went to Cancun. I had Wi-Fi. I was helping people sign up for the 30-day. I was helping people answer questions about whatever, that it was. Hey, have you tried this, skincare? Have you tried this lotion yet? And it's amazing. I was doing that from a different time zone, literally sitting on the beach. So if you're looking for an opportunity that allows you to work from anywhere, and you guys have gotten this taste of work from home, right? And now some of us are going to have to go back into an office. If you're like, I don't want to go back into an office, like the work from home thing is definitely your vibe and that's your jam, you need to get out. Like, this is it, because you're doing everything online. Everything is done from your phone.
So awesome. It's so awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to let you go. I know it's Friday night.
Thanks.
And you probably have something fun to do, being single and 38.
Girl, not in the quarantine. I am like about to Netflix and chill with my roommate.
There you go. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. And those of you that were watching, thank you so much for tuning in. We so appreciate you. We love you. And if you guys have any questions, reach out to Jen, reach out to me, or whoever that is your Arbonne person, reach out to them and let us answer any questions that you might have. There's no dumb questions, and believe me, we've heard them all, and we'd love to be able to, we always say, education is power. So, ask away, and we are here for you. So thank you again, Jen. Have a great night.
Yes, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Bye guys.
Mwah.